What up, Ho Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again. Normally, this is the part where I would tell you to stay safe and sanitize, but I feel like I cannot tell you that because I did not stay safe and sanitized. I got, not by the vid, okay? I got strep throat for the first time in 6 years. And when I got it at first, I didn't know it was strep throat. So I was like, you know, I'm still gonna work through it.
Yeah. I saw the notebook planned, a bunch of videos on there, a bunch of housework on there. I'm like, hey, you're laying on the couch in complete darkness, wrapped from head to toe in a blanket. Did you do anything today?
No.
Oh, you didn't say no. You said, you ever see like a fish out of water? It's not making any noise, but it's trying. Her little chapped lips. Yeah.
And so finally, after a few days, I did a virtual appointment thing. She was like, yeah, girl, you got strep. I was like, great, give me drugs. She gave me drugs.
And then 2 more days later.
And then 2.5 days later, the drugs were not helping.
Did not work. You at least made it to the Internet Historian video.
I did do that.
We got to make light of that.
Yeah.
Immediately after that video, she went right back to bed with a fever.
Yeah. So I am a little out of practice. I'm a little rusty, but it's okay because I have my husband here and we are here to watch Lindsay Nikole. And I'm super excited about that. Today we're here to watch cutest extinct animals you've never heard of. I'm super excited to see what this video has in store for us. I do actually hope that you guys are being careful, washing your hands, don't eat after anybody. Actually just stay home in a bubble because it'll get you.
Yeah, it's coming.
Without further ado, let's get started.
First video in the new place. If you've been following me on this channel, you know we tend to cover some of the darker sides of nature. Well, maybe not darker, but things that make you definitely lose your appetite.
Yeah.
I'd say that recently things have gotten particularly heinous with the video where I ate the scorpion and the most recent episode of What the Fuck Is This? So this week we're doing a palate cleanser for you and especially for my editor Gian, who at this point I've traumatized multiple times. No. It's a cozy reset while also staying true to the ambiance of this channel. So today, you are safe to eat your bowl of noodles while I introduce you to some of the cutest extinct animals you've never heard of.
Also notice you got the bug video.
Yeah.
I got the cute animals video. And I feel like that's really reflective of our relationship. I hope these cute animals kill things. I'm really hoping she's gonna be like, yeah, it's so cute. And also it'll rip your throat out in 4.5 seconds. Did I do good? Was that a good Lindsay?
I don't want to talk about it. I really don't.
Before we get into it, welcome to my new home. I tried to keep the background similar to the previous one because I did actually like it a lot. And I'm going to give you a little apartment tour at the end of the video.
Ooh, okay.
If you're interested, stick around for that. Also, I got my hat back. Hooray. So there's a chance some of you watching are already unsure about the legitimacy of today's topic. The video on cute prehistoric animals seems 1, a bit subjective, and 2, a bit speculative for a science channel. I'm going to tackle both of these concerns now before we get into the animals. So first, cute is subjective. Finding something cute is an opinion, not a fact, which is inherently not science. So to take care of this, as you might have seen from the community post, I made a survey to determine the top qualities people associate with cuteness.
God, I forget she's got like a science community, so they feel like they can debate on these topics. That's the one thing with science. You guys feel like you can debate everything, and you just can't.
Look, some things are just cute.
Exactly. Like cats, cute.
Yeah.
Puppies, cute.
Yeah.
Raccoons, not. It's plain as day. It's plain as day.
A bit overboard? Maybe, but fuck it, why not? It ended up being a sample size of 4,415 people, which I'd say is pretty solid. Okay. Thank you all for participating. I'm not going to turn this into a stats class because this is literally not the point of the video, but let's just get right into the results. What did you guys say are the traits most associated with cuteness?
Big eyes.
30% of you said some variation of fluffy, fuzzy, or soft.
Obviously.
About 29% of you said some variation of big eyes, large eyes. About 16% of you said a variation of small, teeny, tiny, little. And 6.9% of you said wrapped. And the remaining 18% was a mixed bag, like affectionate, squishability, etc. Lots of other things. But we have a solid 4: small, big eyes, fluffy, and wrapped.
Yeah.
I also had a bonus question asking what a stereotypically cute animal is. The main ones were definitely cats, dogs, lots of variations of kitten, puppy, red pandas, elephants, capybaras, bunnies, you know, mostly small mammals, with the exception of elephants. But I'll get back to that. Actually, axolotl showed up a lot too, and frogs.
Because they're
we're on
so
frog
cute.
shirt. So let's say animals with 4 limbs. I'd argue the stereotypical cute animals that we typically think of are tetrapods, have 4 limbs. This can be overruled though with big eyes, like rock, paper, scissors. Big eyes beats 4 legs. For
Okay.
example, spiders, classic not cute group. 8 legs, 4 legs too many. But throw some big eyes on it and suddenly you got a jumping spider on TikTok with 3 million likes.
What do you think? What do you think about that one? You know, that's a mixed bag.
Okay, so don't like bugs, don't like spiders, not my bag.
Right.
But when that little animated spider was real popular, what was his name? Lucas the spider.
I was about to
He
say
was
that.
real cute. But part of that was the baby voice. You know, if they would have put like a grown man voice on him,
Dude,
it would
they
not have been as
went in.
appealing.
Yeah, they put everything into, gave them good angles, made sure people knew it wasn't real. But when you still first see it, it's first like, that's a little spider.
No, I don't.
That's a toughie.
Boom, overruled. Same with snakes. 0 legs.
So
4
cute,
legs,
though.
too few. Another classic not cute group.
No,
You
that's
tell
not
me right
true.
now that Tino wasn't the cutest little thing on
So
this planet when he
cute.
was a baby. Boom. Overruled. He's cute now, but when he was a baby, I was changing people's minds about their opinions of snakes. I will say that.
As you
I didn't
should.
research the psychology of why humans think small animals with big eyes are cute, but I think we can definitely agree that it's because they look like babies and vulnerable little things, and humans like to take care of babies that
Is
are
that the
vulnerable
rock?
little things, as well as other animals. We've seen that in countless other species and social animals like us, of course. Watch it not be that reason at all, and I just made myself look like an asshole. That's fine. I'm sticking with it. As for the 4 limbs and fluffiness, maybe because we like creatures that are more similar to us, mammals, that's just a thought. I don't know. Okay, so now we have more of a scientific understanding of what cute is, but we don't know exactly what these prehistoric animals looked like. We have the fossils, and artist reconstructions are a bit
That's not
speculative in some aspects. But it turns out that under the right conditions, with exceptionally well-preserved fossils, we can see all the traits on our list in the fossil
Really?
record. Small,
Interesting.
boom, big eyes, boom, round.
Oh my
I showed you.
God.
And fluffy, I will show you. And also,
How?
regardless, I think it's okay to relax and have fun sometimes. We don't have to be so uptight all the time. It's
I
okay
agree.
to enjoy things and smile and say, we don't know exactly, but we have a good idea.
Right.
And that's okay, and it's fun to roll with.
I feel like sometimes people forget that a lot of what we think we know as science started off as something in somebody's imagination.
I mean, you have to start somewhere. Some of the things that we know we don't know, we're going to have to just fill in the blanks.
Yep.
And you can do that with basically anything you like.
Yeah. I fully agree with that standpoint. Let's enjoy this. Let's have a good time. Good vibes
Let it
only.
massage your brain, you know? Let it just make you feel warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
You know? You can get into the critiques later on in a different video.
That being said, allow me to introduce you to a Neuronathus, a small little pterosaur that was alive during the Jurassic in what is now Germany. Let me give you a quick recap on what the fuck pterosaurs had going on before we move any further so we're all on the same page. Pterosaurs were flying reptiles that were alive from 210 to 66 million years ago. They lived alongside the dinosaurs, but were not dinosaurs,
They're not
just
dinosaurs.
closely related to them. A big misconception,
Yes.
as we know. Maybe I should define what a dinosaur is.
No, it's okay.
No, this is
okay.
already a tangent. I'm not going to do a tangent off of another tangent. I'll say
I do that all the time. I feel you, girl. I feel you.
that for another day. Pterosaurs were the first flying vertebrates to ever exist that we know of, and came in a variety of sizes. From the largest that we know of, Quetzalcoatlus, that had
That's
something like
massive.
a 40-foot wingspan, and some of the smallest that we know of, like our little guy today, a Neuronathus. A Neuronathus hits all of our classic cute characteristics. Small, big eyes, round, and fluffy. And I will show you the evidence for each of them. The first fossil of a Neuronathus was found in the Solnhofen limestone of Germany and described in 1923 by paleontologist Ludwig Heinrich Philipp Dutterlein.
Okay, all right.
Germans, please don't come after me. The fossil was pretty crushed, was not well preserved, but seemed to have had a wingspan of a mere 10 inches long.
That's
And just the
hilarious.
wingspan. Body length-wise, they seem to have been about 3.5 inches long, so very teeny. Boom. Small. A second fossil of a Neuronathus found in 2007 had a slightly larger wingspan of about 13 inches. So, Still small, still valid. Scientists estimate that a Neuronathus would have weighed about 40 grams, which is less than the weight of a newborn kitten. The second, more well-preserved fossil of a Neuronathus also confirms they had large orbits, or eye sockets. You know what that means? Boom. Big eyes. Also good to note here that large sclerotic rings found on the fossil confirms they had large eyes as well. Those are rings of bone found in the eyes of lots of vertebrate animals, like fish, reptiles, birds. Mammals don't have them. We just don't have them. Oh, also, the skull is delicate and round. Boom. Round. So far we got small, big eyes, round. But how could we possibly know if something was fuzzy from a slab of rock from 150 million years ago? Well, in exceptionally rare cases, soft tissues can be preserved. It's how we know T-Rex likely had lots of feathers covering them as juveniles and kind of grew out of that as they got older. At least that's the last time I researched that. As of 2021, that is constantly being researched, so that might have changed. So soft tissue can be preserved in a couple different ways, where essentially the shape of the soft tissues is preserved in the rock. And as far as I know, fossils of a Neuronathus specifically have not been found with that level of preservation, but some of their close relatives have, like Geolopterus, a slightly larger relative in the same family as a Neuronathus. Their family is called a Neuronathidae, since a Neuronathus was found first. Geolopterus has similar stuff going on and has an insanely well-preserved fossil. And in 2009, scientists released, it's not a fucking album, published a paper breaking down all the kinds of stuff they had going on in their soft tissues, including structures called pycnofibers. Pycnofibers are pterosaur fuzz or fluff. Mammal fluff is hair, bird fluff is feathers, and pterosaur fluff is pycnofibers. Different structures, but fluff nonetheless. And pycnofibers actually seem to have been a universal pterosaur trait, meaning many, if not all of them, had them. So they were likely present at the early stages of the pterosaur lineage, and there are multiple well-preserved pterosaur fossils that have them, like Sortes pilosus, and one published just last year, Tupandalactus. Unusual looking to say the least.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Dude, some pterosaurs were just fucking flying Picasso paintings. Scientists have gone back and forth on whether or not pycnofibers were actually proto-feathers, which were the early stages of feathers that dinosaurs had, and then eventually modern birds had regular feathers. It's a current debate. Scientists are in a tussle as we speak. So, while a Neuronathus fossils haven't been well preserved enough to see if they had pycnofibers, a smart assumption would be that they did have them, since at least many pterosaurs and their close relatives had them. And
dude, it's like they're so close to being hideous, horrible monsters.
This close. Because that's not cute.
You extend the neck a little bit, you grow it a couple feet longer, you give it some webbing, give it little fucking fingers, and now all of a sudden I'm scared for my life. But you shrink it down and you're like, it's a dinosaur, but like, is it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a cute little thing. And she's fighting over this fuzz right now, which I appreciate because it's what I'm here for at this channel. Like, this is where we do this at.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, give it fucking fluff. Even if it didn't have fluff, make it fluffy.
Yeah.
I would like to order mine plus fluff, please.
And the Neuronathus fossils do have these little bumps around the mouth, which were possibly some sort of bristles, like whiskers, which is just the cherry on top for cuteness. And of course, each of these traits were actually adaptations that helped them survive, not just win the award for the most squishable little guy 150 million years ago. Well, actually, who's to say they weren't having squishable contests in the late Jurassic? We can't prove that they didn't. But all of these qualities made them perfectly adapted to hunting insects at night. Big eyes to see in low light conditions, pycnofibers, possibly for insulation, and muting the sounds of their wings while they're flapping to hide from their prey. Being small, I mean, endless answers, probably helps with maneuverability and taking off in small places and landing in small places compared to Quetzalcoatlus, which, how the fuck, they probably needed a whole fucking landing strip. And so, a Neuronathus most likely lived a lifestyle similar to modern bats and owls. I was initially going to end the video there. Just one cute animal. But then I read through the comments on the community post about the survey, and it became very clear to me that many of you are expecting me to talk about the dodo. We got a lot of fans of the dodo. But here's the thing. I made an executive decision to not put the dodo in this video.
Damn.
I threw my Starburst.
What did the dodo do?
What the dodo do?
That I had to like think through the statement.
So yeah.
Exactly.
Please let me explain before you do anything. I can already hear the keyboards clicking and clacking. Please, just one moment. I'm going to show you a different extinct animal. The dodo is being talked about a lot right now because they were just put on the de-extinction list by Colossal, who is working on resurrecting the woolly mammoth, the Tasmanian tiger, and now the dodo.
That's a terrible idea. That's a terrible idea.
Are you scared of animal cloning?
I think that science always thinks of if it can and not if it should.
I think it could be incredibly fun to see the horrible beings that we're going to create, because they're coming out like shit in The Alchemist.
It's like they've never watched Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
They've never watched any movies where science goes wrong.
It's that part of the scientific brain that watches fantasy and just goes, that's not real. Right. And then we're going to walk right into a fucking Doom movie. There's going to be like electricity, like sparks for some reason. Nobody knows why. Portal to another dimension. Horrid people with back faces come out the fucking portal. Consume humanity.
Oh my God.
Crazy son of a bitch, you did.
That's a topic I'm already planning on covering, so I want to include them there. So let me show you the next one. As we know from our survey results, most people think of cute creatures as small, with the exception of elephants. Elephants are very large, and people still think they are very cute. So I present to you the Sicilian pygmy elephant. Yes, a small elephant that lived in what is now Sicily. Fossil evidence suggests they had a stature like wiener dogs, long torso and short legs, and they had baby features throughout adulthood. But their cuteness is not the most interesting thing about them. It's actually how they became so small. It's because of Sicily. Let me explain why. This is what the Sicilian pygmy elephant evolved from. The straight-tusked elephant. The largest elephant to ever exist that we know of. And the biggest mammal by mass to ever walk the planet that we know of. Of course, not including whales because they don't walk. These elephants were estimated to have gotten to 30,000 pounds. They were so big you could have walked right under one. And they were found all throughout Europe and Asia during the Pleistocene until about 20,000 years ago. If you're familiar with the Pleistocene or saw my Ice Age iceberg video, you might know that during this time sea levels were changing due to drastic fluctuations in climate and glaciers freezing and melting and freezing and melting and freezing and so Italy and Sicily were occasionally connected by a land bridge when sea levels were lower. It seems as though a population of straight-tusked elephants migrated to Sicily over the land bridge and eventually became isolated when the land bridge disappeared. And they shrunk over a long period of time, but it was relatively quick considering how drastic that change was. From a 14-ton beast to a little guy the size of a Shetland.
little guy.
Why? One explanation that you might be familiar with is called island rule. That essentially says on islands, big animals evolve smaller size, and small animals evolve bigger size. Smaller creatures don't have their mainland predators and can control more resources, so they get bigger, and large animals have more limited food, more limited area, so they get smaller. It's a very loose general trend, meaning it doesn't always happen that way, but enough times for people to be like, coincidence? I think not! Take it however you want to. Some scientists don't really fuck with it, others kind of fuck with it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Regardless of how and why it happened, Sicilian pygmy elephants were just 15% of their ancestors' original body mass. And depending on when they migrated to Sicily, sometime between 175,000 to 50,000 years ago, this could have happened in as little as 40 generations, which is just insane. And so maybe Colossal will add them to the de-extinction list as well. Those are the cute little guys for today.
I don't support, bringing back animals from the dead, from extinction. Right? But if anybody wanted to give me like a little mini elephant, like I wouldn't say no.
Where do you think we are at?
I wouldn't say no to that.
How do you
I would
decide
take
what's
that
important?
little fella.
Right. Who says that that's less important than any other thing? Is it
you're
mine?
going
Is it
against
yours?
nature. You
Yeah,
know.
fuck nature.
I'm
just as deserving as you. What makes you more deserving of the cute little elephant thing than I am?
Some people want babies, and I want a little
pump them. But go back on topic though about the small cute
little baby elephant is what I was saying. I am going to go ahead and end the video here. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave your reaction requests and recommendations down in the comments below.
If you can steal baby dinosaurs, do so.
Yes. Other than that, peace out, Hope Biscuits. I'm very happy to be back, and goodbye.